Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead, and I'm starting dinner super early tonight because I want everything to get nice and cold for tonight for dinner. And Tom's off finishing his side job, hopefully. And I have a review to do, and I got another batch of tomatoes to chop up. So I should start canning probably next week. But we survived yesterday with the kids. We had fun. They had fun. We took them to daycare this morning, and it's always nice when you can spend time with the little ones, because for that time, even though you're getting tired, being with the youth makes you feel young again. You know what I mean? So I'm making a somewhat healthy meal tonight, and I seen it and I'm like, I have to do it because it just looks so good. It's called Mexican tuna salad. So the first thing we're going to do is I drained my tuna out really, really good. And we're going to put that in the bowl. And then it says to kind of fluff it up to get rid of any of the big chunks. But I kind of already did that when I strained it really, really good. But we're going to do it anyway, again. Just because, why not? Alright. So now in this bowl, I'm going to use 1.25 cups. You can use mayonnaise. You know, mine's Miracle Whip. Get all that out. And if you have to add more later, if it's not, you know, the right consistency for you, you can always add more. Then we need 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder. And we need 2.5 teaspoons of cumin, which will probably empty this out and I can refill it. 1, 2 and 1/2. Not quite, but when it gets a little bit more, we can get it all filled back up again. And then we want to just mix that up really, really good. Make sure we cream the sides. And I bet you if you didn't want to use Miracle Whip or mayonnaise, you could probably do it with sour cream, I bet. Or even with, if you want to make it healthier, even with Greek yogurt, maybe. So there's other ideas in what you could do. So we're going to pour it in with that tuna, which this part doesn't make any sense to me, but that's okay. We'll do it anyway. And we're going to mix that in with the tuna. Because believe me, this is far from being everything for Mexican tuna. So we're going to get that mixed in with the tuna. I'll mix it better when we add everything else, so no big deal. Now, it calls for 1/2 red onion. You know, I just bought those red onions, and the one I grabbed actually was spoiled. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So I'm gonna dice these in smaller chunks. Because it is so small, I might, we'll see how much this chops up. I think I'm going to chop up the whole thing. We both like red onions, so why not? You make it what you want to make it. I just thought this might be a nice summery dish and something cool, no cooking. But like I say, I want it in the refrigerator so it can get cold before dinner. So we're going to put that in there. It also calls for 1/2 red pepper, or small green pepper, but I just took some of my frozen ones out and put it in the bowl there. And that's what we're going to use because my peppers are not ready yet. It also calls for a can of black beans, but I asked Tom and he said he'd prefer that we use pinto. So I've got a can of my home canned pinto beans. We need a can of corn. Then it calls for 4 or 5 Roma tomatoes diced. It says seeded too, but I'm not going to do that. So if you want to, you can. And I only have 2 Romas left, so I'm going to use 2 of my small tomatoes from the garden to go in there too. I'm not going to go out and buy more Romas when I have fresh ones in the garden. Alright, so let me get all these diced up. There's 3 more to go, and then I'll be right back. I end up using 3 of my tomatoes because the one was soft and I didn't want to use it. So, here we have everything in there. Let's get it mixed together. I love tuna, and when I seen this, I'm like, there's a whole different way of making tuna. Look at that. Oh boy. And I bet you we have enough left for lunch tomorrow too. We had some of that mac and cheese last night for dinner and hot dogs. We'll finish that up today for lunch when he gets home. Seems weird to actually have leftovers that we can use for the next day or whatever. It just seems so weird. Because I am trying to cook for lower amounts, but with this, you know, because you're putting a whole can of this in there, a whole can of that in there, you really don't want to go down lower because then it'd be all just that canned stuff. Look at that. Alright, so let's take a test. It's not going to be cold yet, obviously, but... Oh, you know what else would be good in here is those little yellow peppers. The banana peppers. I might have to add some of those. I love adding those to things. Mm. Mmm. You guys, this is awesome. Oh man. You can put salt and pepper in there, it says so, if you want to, but I don't think it needs any other spices, to be honest. I do think I'm going to add a few of my banana peppers in there. Shh, don't tell. I'm kidding. Anyway, I do think I'm going to add some of those. And then our side dish tonight is going to be our one and only watermelon that grew. We have a couple that are like this now, but they'll never make it. But our one and only watermelon, we cut that up today. And it'll be our side dish tonight. So, I will be back at dinner time, and we can all try it. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Nothing's working out good today, is it?
Not at all.
So there's our own watermelon. And I decided to use pita bread. I thought that'd be something a little bit different. And it's Mexican tuna fish.
I got a little explosion going.
Probably because you're squeezing too tight like you do everything else. So give our own watermelon a try.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good, isn't it?
Oh, that's a watermelon.
I think so too.
There's what we have with crab.
I know. And we grew it ourselves.
Yeah, I know.
So hopefully we can get the gauges and maybe you can finish it this weekend.
I don't think I can.
There might be some place you can get
Got my
gauges.
fingers crossed.
Like, you know, Amazon.
Yeah, we can get one on Amazon.
Alrighty, you guys. We're going to let the hungry man eat and look for gauges. So, you guys have a blessed night. Be a blessing. And goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye.
You guys have a great night.